So, and we just trying to get that money. Ain't nobody worried about you, about you. We just trying to get that money. Ain't nobody worried about you, about you. What's going on, family? Light this cigarette up. Light the cigarette up. What's going on, family? Thank God for another day. You know what I'm saying? And keep on going. You know, we just gotta smile through all the pressure, all the aggression. Somebody tried to crack a little joke at me when I went to work. They talk about, so, oh, you old dog from Minister Society. I'm like, oh, they clouded. But it's cool, you know what I'm saying? When people do jokes, you just gotta have tough skin in this program. You can't take things personal. You know what I'm saying? Unless they dissing the dead or something, or you know what I'm saying, something that's just, out of line. But as far as like how you look, or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You just can't let nothing fade. You just gotta learn how to laugh, smile. You know what I'm saying? Even when people perping you, even though you know that there was people part of a program that tried to lead you to crash out based upon your emotions and based upon your character or what type of reputation you tried to have. You know what I'm saying? Some people tried to live out the street life. Grab this drink. Some people tried to live out the street life and all that. You know what I'm saying? They try to live out a fantasy lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But you can't fool God. You might can fool people for a certain amount of time, but you can't fool God. And when God knows that he put an anointing on you, you know what I'm saying? It's time. But you got that free will choice, you know what I'm saying? To prolong your purpose, or you can just walk into the path of destruction and death will be there waiting for you. You know what I'm saying? The enemy will be there waiting for you. Or you could just go ahead and answer your calling to God. You know what I mean? And everything gonna flow just right, because everybody got their own path that they're gonna go through. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have their own journey. You know what I mean? But for those who resonate with God, you know what I'm saying? For those who know that God is real, you know what I mean? You know what you gotta do. And I know like temptations, lust, all type of distractions of this world, you know what I'm saying? Lust ain't just dealing with sex. Because every time you hear the word lust, you think of sex. Lust is not just dealing with sex. Lust is dealing with the things of this world that, you know what I'm saying, you desire. You know what I'm saying? You get temporary pleasure from. You know what I mean? So it's just like you gotta, because some people, I guess they can, lust for like vehicles or lust for a lifestyle and stuff like that. And that's the only thing they focused on. You know what I'm saying? And you can't put that before God. You know what I'm saying? You got to put God on that higher pedestal. You know what I'm saying? With the beginning of your day or at the end of your day. You know what I mean? You got to put God at that pedestal. And you got to loosen up. You got to loosen up a little bit. You can't be so uptight. You know what I'm saying? But by you loosening up, you still have to have great discernment. You know what I'm saying? Because by you loosening up and you know what I mean? People may mistake you for dropping your guard down. And people might try to, you know what I mean, get into your social bubble, which is okay. But as far as like the vulnerability of, a friend, it's still certain information that you don't want to exchange, energy that you don't want to exchange. You make peace with people, right? You joke, you know what I'm saying, loosen up, but it's personal information or information that, people ain't gonna be serious with or people can use against you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta remember, this is definitely a program where they're, you know what I'm saying, they digging for dirt. If they can't get you to crash out, they digging for dirt and they're gonna try to use any type of way to blackmail you. You know what I'm saying? That's how informants are created. You know what I'm saying? That's why the judicial system, the prison system, they need criminals. That's why the hip hop is the way it is with the music and stuff, the deaf culture. You know what I'm saying? The CIA, you know, infiltrated the music because they know that the music is like an idol. It's like a god. People worship the music. You know what I'm saying? And they become influenced by the music and they actually want to mimic the lifestyle, especially when you're young. You know what I'm saying? You want to mimic that lifestyle because your mind is underdeveloped. You know what I'm saying? And you think everything you see on the TV, on the media, on music is real. People really doing this. You know what I'm saying? So people want to live out that lifestyle, but basically all that is doing is filling up the prisons, and that's a business. You know what I'm saying? Population control, people are dying. You know what I mean? You know, white people ain't got to worry about killing black people no more because black people killing black people. You get what I'm saying? Not saying that that's the agenda for every white person, but as far as, you know what I'm saying, the white people with the money who created this system, you know what I mean? Not individually, like on some racist type stuff, but just saying that, you know what I mean, the people that was part of the colonization are that's part of the slavery system and things like that happened way before our time. You know what I'm saying? That system is still being implemented, but intellectually, you know what I'm saying? They can't really do things physically like they did before, so they gotta manipulate us and set up these systems to get us to entrap ourselves. So that's what your favorite rapper is getting paid to do. He's getting paid to entrap your people. He's getting paid to keep your people in a certain lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? With this music. You know what I mean? But it's like you can't be influenced by the music. You can't be influenced by them things. You can't let people get up under your skin. And you know what I'm saying? You can't be out here doing illegal activity, especially if you're in this program, regardless if you believe in God or not. You know what I'm saying? TI's got different beliefs, different belief systems, and things like that. You know what I mean? But for those who believe in God, you know what I'm saying? Put God first. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, you pray, you fill yourself up with the word. You know what I mean? But for all the TIs that's in this overt program, try to make sure that you don't do no illegal activity. You know what I'm saying? Because it's informants out here. And that's what I mean. And you know, this program, the music, everything is set up for informants to get, once people go to the prisons and they're getting trapped in the prisons, a lot of people don't want to do their time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to do their time. It used to, back in the day, you know what I'm saying? People used to go by a certain code, you know what I'm saying? When you out here war banging or when you out here living that life or you about that life and stuff like that, you know what, you accept what comes with it. You accept the consequence that come with it. But a lot of people want to live that lifestyle and don't want to accept the consequence that come with it. They big and bad with guns until they locked up in a facility with grown men that's 200 or maybe even 300 pounds, all muscle bigger than them, you know what I'm saying? You know, they'll fold them up like laundry on a Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Or people small with knives and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Then they see it's a whole different lifestyle. Like, then some people deprived from their freedom, you know what I'm saying? They see like it ain't all what it's made to be. And when people ain't living to that code or stuff like that, they don't want to do their time. So guess what? The program knows that, and the program capitalizes off of that and make deals with people to get out here and gain stock and stuff like that so they can lessen their time. So it's an ever-going cycle. So the thing about it is, for the TIs out there, try to make sure that you don't be in that cycle. And how you do that is just the basics. Stay out of illegal activity. You know what I'm saying? Even if you listen to legal activity, you got homeboys, they cool, but that's the influence. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna use people close to you, they're gonna use people around you and things like that to try to push you in some type of illegal activity to entrap you. You know what I'm saying? So either you crash out or you become an informant and you work for them. You get what I mean? So these people gonna try to use you to the best ability, and once they done using you, they're gonna get rid of you. You know what I mean? So that's just how it go. Like, how you think some of the major kingpins out here became kingpins? You think because they were just super smart that they was kingpins and they had these plugs, this cartel and all this and drugs? No, they was working with the CIA. They was working with the CIA. CIA was pushing the crack, you know what I'm saying? Pushing the guns and the hoods and stuff like that. That was all the CIA. Where you think, people was getting these guns from? They was putting that stuff in there. And they know, a lot of black people out here ignorant and we just gonna go for it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna try to do research or, try to figure out why is all this happening? Why is it black on black crime? People are always talking about the white man, but they ain't talking about the black dude down the street that's mad at you for no reason, just off of a certain color you wearing or a certain block that you own, or just a jealousy culture. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to be on top, everybody clowning on each other, all this type of stuff. You know what I mean? Everybody trying to look rich, but ain't trying to be rich. Everybody just want to look rich. That's the type of the culture that we live in, you know what I'm saying, as far as a black American out this thing. Or anybody in that hip hop culture, urban culture, don't even matter the race, that's infatuated, want to live that lifestyle. And it's okay if you know what I'm saying, you want to wear certain things to kind of emulate the lifestyle and things, but just don't involve yourself with criminal activity. Don't get yourself in trap where you can be an informant. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all they want to do in this program. As long as you ain't doing no illegal activity, and for the believers, if you putting God first and all your situations, you being thankful for God, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to befriend these people, but as long as you're making peace with the people around you, you being respectable, everything should go fine. The perps are gonna do what they do. You just look at it as a joke. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta look at it like a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like Kevin Hart said in his stand-up, laugh at my pain. You gotta loosen up. You can't be serious all the time. You gotta smile, and you gotta look at everything as a you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say like a joke, like your life is a joke. But that's how you gonna be able to navigate and maneuver through this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say with the Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow, he had the compass. Like, you know what I'm saying? He looked like he was kind of drunk and he didn't know where he was going, but he had that compass, and the compass just navigated him through this thing. That's just how it is, with God. You know what I'm saying? We just we can't do this on our own, and God is our compass that's kind of navigate through this thing. And Jack Sparrow, even though he was like not serious about every situation, he was able just to make it and through his situation. That's like with us in this program, you know what I'm saying? You being serious is only so much you can hold in and take. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be serious at everything. You gotta learn how to be a little playful in certain things and have a little fun and make your life a little bit easier. Because these people ain't playing out here. But the thing about it is you ain't playing either. But you just gotta know how to play it. You know what I'm saying? And just be thankful every day that God wake you up, still focus on your goals, but enjoy yourself. Loosen up a little bit, enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you have the opportunity where, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to condone and, fornication or things like that, for the believers. If you're a believer and you know what I'm saying, you want to practice celibacy or some type of semen, retention and things like that, you can go that route. You could do that and find you a wife. You can definitely do that. You know what I'm saying? Or if you out here and you just want to have fun and you find you a honey trap, hey, just remember, you know what I'm saying? Just peep the type of honey traps you messing with. If they got a toxic personality, because sometimes you could be blind, you don't be caring about toxic personality, none of that. You just see the curves in the body and, you get filled up with lust and stuff like that. But for a wise person, you just want to discern the characteristics. Don't think with your little head, think with your big head. You know what I'm saying? Because the little head gets you trapped up every time. You know what I mean? So just keep your head up, Don't worry about the outside projections, you know what I'm saying? Because God got you protected, and stay out of doing illegal activity because it's not a game out here. You know what I'm saying? All the people that you thought was real in today's time, majority of them is not real. Majority of them is working for them folks. Majority of them are informants. And if you get caught up in that lifestyle, you will learn the hard way. And with that being said, I got to go back to work. Peace.